Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, and welcome to episode 119 of Total Retail Talks.
I'm Joe Keenan, Executive Editor of Total Retail. Today I'm joined by Rob Royer, founder and CEO of Interior Define, a retailer of custom furniture. We're going to be discussing how Interior Define is helping bridge the gap between online and offline shopping. Thanks for joining me today, Rob.
Thanks very much. It's great to be here.
So I think it would be a good idea to start for you to tell us a little bit about Interior Define.
Sure. Just at a high level, so we built Interior Define to fill what we felt was a really large gap in the furniture shopping experience for consumers shopping in the middle of the market who are looking for a really great sofa at a better price point. And we developed a process in which we produce all of our pieces to order, which enables us to, A, not hold inventory holding costs, and then ultimately be able to offer a lot of customization at a price point that's generally not custom. And so we are a digital-first brand, and now we're opening guide shops as well.
So yeah, that's a perfect lead into my second question. You mentioned that you're a digital-first brand. So then why the move to open brick-and-mortar stores? Obviously, there's been a lot of kind of tumult in the brick-and-mortar space this year. Why is it the right move for Interior Define?
Sure. So similar to kind of the entire process we've taken to build Interior Define, we really look at every decision we make as through the filter of, are we making this a more comfortable and a better shopping experience? And given that furniture, specifically sofas, which we kind of built the brand around in the early days, is such a considered purchase, and many consumers, are more comforted by the fact that, A, we do have physical retail, but it also enables us to give people a really immersive, differentiated customer experience in a physical location that really better mirrors our digital experience as opposed to our digital experience mirroring our physical retail experience, which we thought was kind of the typical approach for a furniture retailer for some of the incumbents. And so we have developed a physical retail experience that we think is really differentiated and compelling, and one in which we only need, anywhere from 1,800 to 2,500 square feet to really tell our story about why the brand exists, why we're different, and ultimately why customization is such a significant part of our offering, and really walk customers through all of the possible options in a very consultative and low-pressure way. But it really reflects sort of our overall brand ethos about a more comfortable shopping experience. But we are only putting these in really kind of strategic locations throughout the country. To start off with, we have one in Chicago today, where we're headquartered. We opened one in New York this spring. We are about to open one in Austin, and we are going to open one in Los Angeles in October.
So let's dig into that in-store experience a little bit, and you mentioned differentiating it from other competitors, other furniture brands. What are some of the things that you're doing in-store that are different from some of those other retailers?
Sure. It was our observation that in the traditional furniture retail space, consumers have or experience a lot of points of friction. You walk in, particularly if you're shopping specifically for a sofa, which is why our brand exists around that category. When you walk into a retailer and need to wade through a lot of categories that you're not necessarily interested in or not are relevant to your experience when you're seeking that perfect statement piece for your living room, that we felt that was confusing and not the ideal customer experience. And so we very consciously launched our brand around sofas only in the early days. We now offer fully customized beds and accent chairs as well. But when you walk into our store, you find our hero category and really merchandise in a way to really outline how much customization we can do and really give our design and sales team the opportunity to really walk you through the entire inspiration for our brand, why we thought this category was so ripe for a better experience, and then how deep we can go into customization. So we have large physical swatch samples hanging from the walls we have a wall highlighting all of our customizable leg options. So we offer nearly 30 different leg styles for our high leg sofas. And so customers can really get a sense for A, the assortment of designs that we carry, but B, how much they can personalize those designs to fit their unique style and their unique spaces. And doing that at a price point that is generally reserved for sort of the highest end of the market in a design district in a major city. We're doing that at a price point that is really, equivalent to a middle to lower middle market brand price point.
And you're doing this in stores that don't have huge footprints. So especially for a furniture retailer like Interior Define. So then obviously there's some technologies that you're using in store to provide that seamless experience. Can you talk about what some of those are and how they're helping Interior Define bridge that online to offline shopping experience?
Yeah, absolutely. So we were an early furniture retail brand in the U.S. to launch a 3D experience on our website. So if you go to any of our product pages, you can view that design in any of our 70-plus fabric options, any of our 30-plus leg options, different cushion configuration, and then just multiple configurations in general. So you can visualize all of that to really get comfortable with what that piece after you customize it will look like. And so our team leverages that technology in our guide shops to give people a really clear perspective on what those selections will ultimately look like in their space. And so today, what that looks like is sort of a tablet version of our 3D customization experience on our website, where the sales team member can walk a customer through all of those different options. You can then view physically the large swatch sample and the leg styles, but we only carry roughly 12 to 15 different specific designs and configurations on the floor, but really give you a sense as a customer for the cushion fill and comfort, as well as the design profile of that specific family. And so we believe we can really tell that story in a compelling way in a much smaller footprint location, to your point.
And then you touched on the role of the store associate at Interior Define. Can you talk about how, with these technologies in place, their role is and their jobs have really evolved within your stores?
Definitely. So the sales team is really both design and sales. So our sales team are very up to speed on not only all of the physical customization options that we offer, but also how those can best fit into a specific room layout and aesthetic. So really design consultations and in a really consultative approach that is low pressure. I mean, we ultimately don't have a preference for where you shop with us. I mean, we love it when customers learn about us online and come into our guide shops or vice versa. But we want people to get and gather all the information that's most helpful to them and then ultimately make a decision that's comfortable and is informed by all of the right options that they have in hand when they're actually viewing their space in person. And so over time, we've learned that in addition to the 3D customization, that the value our sales team can also add is just making recommendations of how our products not only fit into a space, but what other items in the room would work well with our core pieces. And so in addition to the 3D customization, we are about to roll out technology that enables our sales team to pull in the 3D renderings of the specific item and customization options into a room that is representative of the room that the customer is shopping for, both in terms of design, aesthetic, and layout, but as well as the other items that would go around that really hero product in the living room. So think of that in terms of rugs and accent tables and lighting, et cetera, items that we do not focus on as a brand, but we know are really relevant to the buying decision.
And then you mentioned that you're a newer brand and growing. You've mentioned a new store coming in Austin, one in Los Angeles. So maybe can you highlight any business success metrics that you've achieved? And then second part to that is, what is the company's focus as you move into the fourth quarter and looking ahead to 2018?
Sure, happy to. So we launched the brand in early 2014, and we've since day one really taken an organic first approach to growing brand awareness and ultimately, making relevant consumers aware of our offering and our brand proposition. And so we focused on that through, we received a lot of positive editorial coverage in the early days, and we continue to focus on that, but we've also seen just incredible organic growth over time, particularly as we've delivered more and more products into customers' homes. And given how customizable our product is and how much the consumer has a hand in designing their product, people are really excited about their pieces and really proud to share them with friends and family, whether that's in person or over social media. And so we've seen a really great word of mouth channel and growth over time, and that's helped contribute to our growth rate, which we're very excited about. But we've tripled the business year over year. This will be our third year in a row. So we're really excited about the traction. We believe that the guide shop strategy is helping add to that and build greater brand awareness in key markets for us. So we continue to have a roadmap for other guide shop locations we would like to open. We're actually going to do our first pop-up experience in San Francisco that's launching in September as well. So we're really excited about that too. In terms of our strategy going forward, so guide shops are a significant part of that in terms of how we build brand awareness in the different markets where we are opening guide shops. And then we're also looking at constantly innovating our user experience, both on the website and in the physical guide shops. And so that's where we spend a lot of our time in figuring out where we can make this, remove any points of friction in the process, everything from delivery to actually customizing your piece and visualizing that on the website.
Great. Well, I want to take this opportunity to thank Rob Royer of Interior Define for joining me today, telling me a little bit about his business. Please check out our podcast channel page, mytotalretail.com/podcasts for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, but make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. Thanks, and I look forward to you joining us in the next episode of Total Retail Talks.